What good is it to play a speculative hand, hit the flop, and then get no action? How often will you get action when you do hit? This is the Flop Falcon, the most information-dense poker software out there. The Falcon can answer these questions. Most poker analysis tools allow you to do range-on-range analysis, and then they give you a single number that represents your equity at showdown. Some poker analysis tools allow you to filter one of the ranges by what is considered a hit for that hand. The Flop Falcon gives you much more control. The Falcon allows you to filter both ranges by what each player will consider a hit. Since the Falcon knows what each player considers a hit and what they consider a miss, there are 4 things that can happen on a given flop. Both players hit, both players miss, only one of the 2 players hits. In this example, we are set mining against a nitty player. Since there are so many overpairs in the nits range, if we hit an overpair, we will not consider that to be a hit, since we are often dominated. We want trips or better to consider this a good flop. We can see that 7% of the time we hit a set and the other guy has something too. When that happens, we get paid and we have excellent equity at 79%. We can see that 5% of the time we hit our set, but the opponent does not hit anything. We have 96% equity, but we won't make money unless they bluff. Along with knowing which of the 4 individual hit, no-hit scenarios we are in, we can also add the scenarios up. So if we add the 7% plus the 5%, we get 12% total, and our average equity when we hit is 87%. We can also add them up for our misses, and we can see that that is 88% of the time, and that we have 32% equity. If we add these 2 combined scenarios together, we get 100% of the cases where we have 38% equity. Most poker software only gives you this 38%, but the Falcon gives you a lot more. We can add up the other players' hits and misses going across also, and then total them up going down. Each of these subgraphs is known as a histogram. We will cover this in more detail later, but if we look at the case where both miss, you can see that the highest bar is at 80 to 90% equity for us. Then there are also tall bars at 50 to 60%, 60 to 70, and 70 to 80. However, there are also tall bars at 0 to 10 and 10 to 20. These drag our average equity down to 53% when we both miss. The good thing with set mining is that when we both hit, the tallest bars are at 90 to 100% equity. That is the most likely thing to have happen, though you can see there's a little sliver at 0 to 10% equity. That is set over set. It is rare, but it drags our average equity shown by this red line down quite a bit. Watch other videos to see more features of Flop Falcon like range selection, and how to filter for different kinds of flops, maybe only paired suited flops, for instance, straight making flops, or a highly customizable custom flop.